to go live, and for whatever reason it was not working. Um, Here's the thing. We're going to use the term unboxing very loosely, being that I actually unboxed this yesterday, last night, did a video, and hated it. And so I deleted all of the footage, and this is going to be our unboxing live. To be honest with you, I done had this organized and put up on our shelf over here for our school, and was like, I can't. This video is just awful. I kind of rushed it, and I really just didn't like the way that it looked and how it turned out. So, whether anybody shows up or rather they don't, we're going to unbox, said loosely, our rod and staff curriculum. I know that some people just come to this channel for farming content, and so if you're not interested in this, it's perfectly fine. But I do know that people do come here for homeschooling curriculum, that they are interested in homeschooling curriculum, and there's just not much on rod and staff, and so I'm really doing this for the people that are interested in it. If you're not, that's cool, but if you are, I am here to show you what we got. So I just threw it all back in this box here. I done had it on the shelves. So everything's not completely organized like I would like it to be. Now, in this specific video, I am going to unbox. We're going to talk about what we got, kind of why we got it, and what the cost of all of it together was, and how we ordered it. So there is a couple ways to order rod and staff, but I'm going to talk about kind of how we order it and why we like to order it in that specific way, and we'll get into that. So first I want to talk about what the actual curriculum is. If I haven't said it enough in the beginning of this video, and you can't tell for the title, this is the rod and staff curriculum. This is a Christian-based curriculum. It's a homeschool curriculum and can be also used in a more than one child setting. It's actually set up for Amish and Mennonite schools. This is the curriculum that some Amish and Mennonite schools use, and so it is geared towards a classroom setting with multiple students, but it's not necessarily has to be used for multiple students. So we in our state are required to teach all subjects from reading, writing, and arithmetic, the 3 R's, all the way down to science and social studies. Social studies includes health subjects as well. And so we have chose, let me see, we had chose to do these certain subjects. Jeffrey Miller, that comment is inappropriate, and no, they are not. Hello to everybody that is on here. Let's go through these subjects. So, like I said, we are required by our state to not only go through these subjects, but we are required to have a certain amount of hours of education, and required to meet at least the 170, I think it's 170 day requirement for school. So we have to have at least 6 hours of education time throughout the day, along with meeting the required days for the required days of education. So this is either for homeschool or private school. They are required to have a certain amount of days and a certain amount of hours within the day that they're teaching. We teach all subjects, like I said, from your basic 3, your reading, writing, and arithmetic, down to science and social studies and health. We do not particularly teach art yet. and my child is she's very surrounded by musicians, and so she hears a lot of music, and she is very interested in learning an instrument, and so that will come later on. She is in elementary school, and you'll notice by the grade levels that we are discussing here. Yeah, Bible music. The grades that we are discussing here, that she is in lower elementary, or I guess higher elementary, and so later on we'll dive more into the arts and things such like that. So first, just because it's right on the top, we're going to unbox our health. So guys, like I said previously, if you're just popping in, Rod and Staff is a Christian curriculum. It is Bible based, and is based off the Christian religion, Christianity. And so everything is going to come back to the Lord. It's going to come back to God in the curriculum. Like I said, guys, we actually did, we unboxed this last night, and so unfortunately, but fortunately for me, I did get to dive into the curriculum today, and I will say that I'm very, very, very pleased with, in specifically, the health curriculum this year. This is the 4th grade health, and it's health for God, for the glory of God. So this is the grade level 4, and this is what we got. We ordered this, the health curriculum, and what came with it, we ordered the set. It comes with the test booklet, the student book, and the teacher's manual. And I'm going to go ahead and give everybody, I'm going to go ahead and give the prices of all of the subjects, and then what the cost was at the end after the prices. So for specifically the health, the 3 books, like I said, this is for grade 4. It's Health for the Glory of God, was $13.65 for the full set of 3 books. So $13.65 for the 4th grade Rod and Staff, what's it called, for Health for the Glory of God. And like I said, I really enjoyed this year's curriculum. I really enjoyed reading this today, and how they included the Lord into this, as well as kind of the discussion that was brought up between me and my child. We had a very in-depth discussion about the Lord, just reading the first lesson of Rod and Staff. So I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited about how this is going thus far. I guess to keep with the what do you call, extra, I guess they're not extracurricular, but the other subjects, we're going to talk about the science. So we ordered the 4th grade Rod and Staff, obviously science. This is God's Inspiring World. This curriculum came with, let me see, I want to make sure that I'm telling you everything that it came with. Like I said, I did have these books separate. It came with the student book, the teacher's manual, and the test booklet, I believe. Let me make sure, because I did have these. Yes, the 3 books. This is the 4th grade. So it came again with the test booklet, the teacher's manual, and the student book. We have not dived into this yet, and I'll explain in another video how we do our science and our social studies and our health, but just to kind of explain why we haven't dived into this yet is that we choose, we do one of them each day. Friday we do a test. Friday is our testing day, and so where we have science, social studies, and health, we choose to do each one of them each day. So today we did health, tomorrow we'll, let's say, do science. The next day we'll do social studies. Friday is our test day. So that is the 4th grade science, and the price of the 4th grade science is $32. $32 for the science curriculum. That comes with the 3 books. Okay, let's move on to the next. And the next thing would be our social studies. Now, I think that I mentioned it. I might not have mentioned it. I don't think I mentioned it. Some of these subjects we did 3rd grade in. Some of these subjects we did 4th grade in. One thing that I like about Rod and Staff is that I feel like you can move at your child's pace. And if your child needs, you know, pulled back or moved ahead, that can be easily done with Rod and Staff. Also for subjects like health, social studies, science, I feel like overall, if you have multiple students that you are teaching, that you could pick a grade level. Let's say you have a 4th grader, a 2nd grader, and a 1st grader. You could probably buy the 4th grade curriculum and be able to cover, be able to intermix and mingle, and be able to teach that 4th grade curriculum with multiple age groups, be able to, I hate to say dumb it down, but I guess I can't think of another word, to be able for maybe the 2nd grade and the 1st grade, maybe, you know, obviously more in depth for your 4th grader, less in depth for your 2nd and 1st grader. And I feel like Rod and Staff is really good for that. Now, we bought the social studies in 3rd grade, and we bought the science in 4th grade, and really the only reason why we did that is because the social studies for 3rd grade was cheaper than 4th grade. That's the only reason why we did that. Now, in the previous years, we bought the 2nd grade Rod and Staff Science and Social Studies for our child, and we did the 2nd grade for 2nd grade and 3rd grade, just in the particular subjects of Rod and Staff, or in social studies, science, and health. We bought the we bought the previous grade. Actually, in science and social studies, we had the 2nd grade, and then in health we had, well, we might have had the 2nd grade as well. So, anyways, this is the social studies. Understanding our community. And it comes with the student book, the teacher's manual, the workbook, and the test booklet. So that is your science. The price of the science, or I'm sorry, forgive me, the social studies is, did I write it down? It is $34. So just the set of the social studies is $34. It comes with the 4 books, the 2 hardback and the 2 paperback. So that is our social studies. Moving on, we will do our arithmetic. So there's a few things that come with the arithmetic. Let me grab them out here. Okay, so we've already done school today, so we've got a bookmark in there. We have the student book, the speed drill, the 2 teacher's manuals, there's 2 of them, and the test booklet. I like how this is set up thus far. Like I said, we did do our arithmetic today, and I like how that it's set up. I honestly like how it's set up a little bit better so far than I did the 3rd grade. So we'll see if we like how it's set up progressing, but I do like how it is set up. Now we did do the 4th grade, as you can see there, of the arithmetic. I find that the arithmetic for rod and staff is very blunt, to the point. If you are a 90s child, the math is set up more like like what we're used to. It's more easier to teach. It's not like the Common Core curriculum that you're going to find in schools today, and having to go the long way to do a math problem. It's very basic, to the point, very blunt, easy to understand for parents and students. And so I really like that about the Rod and Staff curriculum. And that will probably be the main reason that we purchase it up until we hit the 8th grade. If you're not aware, Rod and Staff only goes to the 8th grade. After the 8th grade, there is certain subjects that they teach. I think it's like accounting and some other subjects, but it only does go. It only does. That doesn't sound right. It only goes up to the 8th grade. So we've only got 4 more grades, and then we'll have to move on. But I like the Rod and Staff that it is blunt, to the point, easy to understand in all the subjects, especially math, because I am not a math whiz by any means. My child is really good at math, but I don't know how to do all that Common Core math. It's too much for me. So I like the good old school arithmetic that we learned back in the day. So the 4 books well, I'm sorry, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, forgive me, 2 paperbacks, 3 hardback books, and the price of the arithmetic is $51.25. Okay, so let's move on to the next subject here. Our next subject is English. It comes with the student book, the worksheet, so the workbook, the test booklet, and the teacher's manual. So we've got our 4 books here. English is pretty self-explanatory. It's very, this is very, just like the arithmetic or the math, is very easy to understand. It's very easy to pass concepts onto. Very easy for the child to understand. Not difficult for the teacher or the parent to be able to pass on the information. And that's the main reason why I like Rod and Staff. The health is for the, 4 books, is $37.20. Let's move on to the spelling. So if you notice, for the English, I did 3rd grade. We did 3rd grade for the English and the spelling. The reason for that is because that is where I feel that my daughter is at. And the wonderful thing about homeschooling your child is that you can work with them and not against them. You can encourage them and work for them and with them to help them understand a concept. And so so we purchased the 3rd grade instead of the 4th grade this year. And so that was the 3rd grade English that I just showed you, and it's beginning wisely. And then this is the spelling, 3rd grade. One thing that I love about the about Rod and Staff and about the spelling this year, like I've said for the other things, it's very not Common Core of them. They're very old school in the way that they teach things, and I appreciate that greatly, and that is very evident in the 3rd grade curriculum. If you have not looked at the 3rd grade curriculum yet for Rod and Staff, you will notice that they are introduced to cursive this year. Now, something that we have done even before she was in 3rd grade, even before this year when she was in 4th grade. Back in 2nd grade, we introduced cursive to our child, and so she is familiar with cursive. but I like how that they're introducing that in 3rd grade. I remember back when I was in school, they introduced it in 3rd grade, and so I appreciate it greatly that this is passed over to the rod and staff curriculum. I do feel like cursive is an important skill for your child to learn, and when we were discussing this with my husband, when I was pulling out the curriculum and showing him, I said, guess what, our child is probably going to be the one in one of the few people in her generation of her peers that actually knows how to write cursive. And so I loved that. I was so excited when I opened up the 3rd grade curriculum this year and seeing that the spelling words are not only in print, but they are in cursive. Like I said, I feel like it's an important skill to learn. It's a dying art, and I'm so glad that it is in this curriculum, because I find that it is it's an important skill, but it's also, like I said, a dying art, and something that I really wanted my child to know. So I love that that is being passed on through this curriculum and shown. The next thing we purchased was the 3rd grade. I think this is called, it's called a reader, is actually what it is. We purchased it in the 3rd grade. Now I will I'll explain something here though. It says 3rd grade units 4 and 5. So this particular book is $13.25. Oh, I did not give the spelling price. The spelling price is $11.55 for the 2 paperback books. It comes with the student book, and it comes with the teacher's manual. I'm sorry, I dropped the ball on that. The next book is the reader books. Now, how we do these books, without telling too much in this video, we use these as our daily Bible read. How they're set up is they're set up in lessons, chapters, if you will, and my daughter adores these books. These are something that she looks forward to every day during school, and she's usually asking, Mom, when can we do it? When can we do it? So we do it either at the beginning, when we start school. We might do it in the middle. We might do it towards the end. You never know about us. But this is a book. This is something that we can curl up on the couch and read together. It's very engaging. It keeps her attention. She really likes it. She likes. By the end of each chapter, she's like, "Mommy, let's read the next chapter. Let's read the next chapter." And I always leave her hanging. But I purchased the units 4 and 5. Last year I purchased the grade 3 units 1 through 3. And this year we purchased this one. We haven't finished the units 1 through 3 yet. We're almost finished, and so that's why I went ahead and purchased this book. Now this book is $13.25. That's why I only purchased one. They come in almost like a series for each grade level, and so the stories kind of carry on throughout. So each chapter is speaking on somebody in particular, or so let me see. Just starting the beginning here, it's talking about Ezekiel. It'll go from Ezekiel to let me see, Balthazar, probably, I think is what I just seen, into the trouble of Babylon. It has the Bible verse at the bottom, so if you want to read the actual Bible verse from the Bible and the story along with it. It tells you exactly where it is at. And the characters carry on throughout the story. So it's not just like a Bible story, like you're reading one day about Noah and then the next day you're reading about Jonah, or you're reading about Jesus, and then the next day you're reading about maybe one of the prophets. It carries on throughout the story, and it kind of tells the story on through the books of the Bible, kind of in order, like carrying on with a specific character throughout the Bible, and moving on through the Bible and through the books, and in a very engaging way that your child will probably like. I know I like them. I find them interesting. I like reading them, and I know that my child likes to read and follow along with them as well. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Last but not least in the box is the lighting is off. Sorry guys. The combination planner and record book. This book right here is like gold to me every day. Let me see if I can turn this down here. Maybe the lighting will be a little bit better. I'm not quite sure. It's not. So hopefully you all can see. This is the combination. Sorry, I'm really dropping the ball here. The combination planner and record book. It is the wire bound. There is different ones that you can purchase, and this right here is a lifesaver. So before last year, I didn't even know these existed. I purchased this last year. It was the best purchase that I had made, and the reason why is because it not only has we'll go through it here. I'll just open it up. Now, like I said, this can be used for just one single student like we're doing here, but it also is set up for a classroom setting. So like I said previously, some Mennonite schools and Amish schools use this curriculum, and because of that, obviously they have more than one student within their classroom. So this is set up for multiple students, but it can be used and is used, I do use it, for just the one singular student. And I really like this because it has the planner, it has the records to keep in it, and this is something that at the end of the year, we have all of her grades in here, we have all of her attendance in here, we have our hours in here, we have my lesson plans and everything that we did for the school year in here. So this is 4th grade. Last year was 3rd grade. We have all of it in one book, kept all together in one neatly bound book. That way I don't have a bunch of scattered papers everywhere. I don't have a bunch of folders. Before last year, I have a bunch of folders with a bunch of papers, put in a tote, put in binders, put in boxes, to keep all the information together. If I would have known this would have existed the years before, I would have used this. Because it's all in here, and I don't have to worry about having everything separate or having to keep everything together in binders and folders and having to find those things and that information. So how this is set up here, in the beginning, you've got your beginning page here. Now it does have seating charts and things like that. It does have a birthday calendar. It does have students information and things like that. That's not really anything that you're going to use in a homeschool setting, especially if you only have one child. This is where it starts. This is where I start using it. This is our attendance records. So what I specifically do, because we are required by my state to have our hours and our attendance wrote down, I write down the days that she is absent, I write down the days that she is present, and you can write down the hours specifically with that. So this is how I keep track of our attendance. It goes from July to June, and this is how we keep track of our attendance. It's numbered on the side down to 31, so 1 to 31, because there's either 1 to possibly 31 days in a month, and it's a good way to keep track of our days. Towards the end of the year, I count every day up, make sure that we're meeting our days up until the day that we get, we meet our days. Now we're gonna go to here. This is our planner. So how we specifically do school is I write what she has done for the day. How this curriculum set up, I could write what comes next, but just that specific day while she's getting maybe her handwriting done, going through something, I go ahead and write down what we plan to do for the day. So let's say it's spelling lesson 20, we write lesson 20, we write the page, blah, 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 blah. So I write what she is actually doing for the day in here with the subject lines. It has the date, so the day, you write the date and the month, and there you go. But back here, this is your grade book. So how it has it is student names. What I specifically do is write the subject down instead of the student's name, because obviously I only have one student, and instead of wasting each page, it has week 1 through week 10 on this book. So I write what her grade was in the specific subject. So we've got English spelling, math, reading, health, science, social studies, Bible. I write those down. I write what grade that she is, whether she completed it or not, and I came up with my own grading system. If you are interested in a video on how I came up with my own grading system, please let me know, and I can show you how I did that. It's something that I wasn't familiar with, something that I had to do some research on. So to save you some research, if you are interested in it, leave a comment and let me know if you are interested in how I came up with the grading system for my child for homeschool. It might not be what you're thinking it is. So anywho, the price of the record book is $6.95. I cannot recommend this book enough. I'm going to show you the title again. It's Combination Planner and Record Book, wire bound. They do have just the record book. They do have just the planner. I recommend the combination planner and record book. That way you have all of it in one spot for the entire grading year, for the entire schooling year. So guys, that is everything. That's everything that we purchased for this year. So to go over it again, I purchased the math set, the English set, the spelling set, the science set, the health set, the social studies set, the Bible reader, and the combination planner and record book. The total cost of all of that was $233.08. That is after shipping. Our shipping was $16.29, and our sales tax was $13.19. Now, I told you all that I would tell you all how we specifically order these books, and how we do that is we order from Rod and Staff Publishing. We order for them specifically because I find that it is cheaper to order from them directly than it is to order online. If you order them online, you're going to be paying, they're going to buy it from Rod and Staff, and then they're going to have their fees, and so you're going to be paying a few extra dollars for them to put it online than it would to just buy it from Rod and Staff. Now let me see if the number is on here. And I will try to, if you have a question. Now we are in the United States. I do believe that they ship outside of the United States to Canada. I do not know if they ship anywhere else. I know that they specifically ship in the United States, and I'm pretty positive that they ship in Canada. Besides that, I don't know if they ship anywhere else. The phone number for Rod and Staff Publishings is 606-522-4348. That is their phone number. If you are interested in their phone number, if you're watching this video later on or you didn't get it that quickly, just leave a comment and I will send their phone number to you. That is the Rod and Staff Publishers, and they are they're in Crockett, Kentucky. So that's where they're coming from. They're coming from Kentucky. Now I think that they do have other buildings, but that is the building. That's the place that we order it from. Now you want to get a catalog. You'll want to order the catalog first, so you can call, and I think the catalog is free. I might be mistaken, but I think that you can call them, order the catalog, and I do believe the catalog is free. You're going to want to look at the catalog, get the catalog, and then get your specific grade levels, whatever you're wanting to look at. I had the catalog in here, but I don't know what I've done with it. And it's got the pricing for everything that you're wanting to order. They also have, if you're interested in Bible study things for your church and stuff like that, they also have that as well that you can order. They have get well cards and greeting cards and stuff like that, bookmarks, all kinds of things that you can order through that catalog. But like I said, you want to order the catalog first and then go from there. But guys, that's it. That's our unboxing. If you have any questions about any grade level specifically, or if you are wanting a more in-depth of any specific subject that I showed you all today, I would be willing to do that. Just let me know. If you have any questions that I could possibly answer, please let me know. If you're wondering how long I've used this curriculum, we started it when she was in second grade. Second grade, we purchased the Rod and Staff Science and Social Studies. We did that to kind of dip our toes into Rod and Staff to see if it was actually something that we liked. If you're looking for a Christian curriculum, I feel like if you dip your toes into the science and social studies, that's really going to tell whether they align with your beliefs or not. I feel like those are subjects that you're going to figure out real quick if your beliefs are in line. So that's what we did. We purchased the science and social studies to see if everything lined up the way that we believed. The next year we purchased bits and pieces of the curriculum, some things. So for third grade, we purchased the main subjects: reading, writing, spelling, and math. This year we purchased everything. We purchased the social studies, we purchased science, we purchased reading, writing, math, all of that, along with the combination planner. And I am extremely pleased with it. I like how they bring the Lord into everything. I like how they discuss religion. I like how it opens up for good conversation when it comes to discussing with the Lord, and how it asks the child questions. It makes them think, deeper into some subjects, and how they use the Lord in everything. Just specifically here, I'll read the first little bit here of her math today. This is her arithmetic that she did today. And the beginning statement is, numbers are part of the orderly world that God created. And so they're really wrapping the Lord into the curriculum. They're really pulling him in. And, that's how it should be. The Lord should be the center of our universe. He should be wrapped up in everything because he is the center of the universe. And he is wrapped up in everything. And so we should be thinking about that even in our work. And school is a child's work. That is their job. And so I really like how they bring the Lord into each of the subjects. Like I said in the beginning, if you weren't here, health today, our very first lesson of health, I love how engaging it was, how the Lord was brought into it, how it brought on good discussion between me and my child. I really enjoyed it. So I love Rod and Staff curriculum. I couldn't recommend it enough. And so I'm thankful that we found them. I'm thankful that we're able to purchase them. And guys, I'm going to do another video on how we use the Rod and Staff curriculum. I'm going to speak a little bit more about maybe what's necessary and what isn't necessary, and kind of explain how to go through all of that, how we teach Rod and Staff, and just kind of how we go through our day with this curriculum. Like I said, it's very easy to understand. It is very easily manipulated in a way that works for you and your family. So anyways, I couldn't recommend Rod and Staff enough. If you are looking for a Christian curriculum, I find that Rod and Staff is wonderful for a Christian curriculum. It is affordable for a Christian curriculum. There's a lot of Christian curriculums out there that are not affordable, and Rod and Staff is, I find, very affordable for that. And very manageable across multiple grade levels, very inclusive across multiple grade levels, and very easy to kind of tweak to what works for you and your family. But I guess that's all that I've got to say about it. Nobody's on here, so I'm not going to ask if you have any questions to the public here. If you were playing back this video, if you have any questions, please leave them below. I've said it a million times. If you have any questions about this curriculum or any certain subject or any grade level that I've done, like I said, we've just done 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, or going into 4th. If you have any questions about those subjects, please let me know. If you need help or you need swayed one way or another, I will try to help you any way I can. But anyhow, I guess that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully we can see you on the next one. We'll see you later. Bye.